I was just thinking of some of my Friday people. I remember the blues singer who used to have a song and said they call it Stormy Monday. Tuesday is just as bad. Wednesday's a little worse, but Thursday is oh so sad. But then he said the eagle flies on a Friday, and Saturday I go out and play. Sunday I go to church and kneel down on my knees and pray. Lord have mercy. So welcome to Friday. Today's been such a great day. I was thinking of my father, and if he had been around, he probably would have been singing, because he used to sing a little song. And he'd say, it's a good day for moving along, and it's a good day for singing a song. It's a good day, everything is right, and nothing is wrong. It's a good day for shining your shoes, and it's a good day for losing your blues. I said to the morning sun, good morning, son. You gotta get a going if you want to make a showing. You got to right away. So it's been a good day. It's been a good day. I started my day this morning at 9 o'clock at Ladder Up, a beautiful, beautiful place at 350 North Orleans, where they help low-income people to know their rights as it relates to income tax, filing income tax, and they provide services. They have on the wall a taxpayer's bill of rights, suggesting that there are certain things that you need to do, have to do, and ought to do. But they also right now are helping individuals. They're helping individuals who are eligible for a child tax credit of either $3,600 per child or $3,000 per child. If the child is under 6, it's $3,600 for the year 2021. If they're 6 and over, then it's $3,000 for the year 2021. You know what's so good about it is that people who filed income tax and have children, if they earned less than $75,000 for the year, filed income tax for 20 or for 2019. They didn't have to do anything but just wait for the Internal Revenue Service to put money in their checking account. Or if they didn't have one, maybe send them a check. Let's say they had 2 children. One was 4 years old, and they did not earn $75,000 gross income. They would get $300 beginning July. Probably they did it on the 15th or the 16th or whatever. $350 $300 for the month. And they're going to get that every month. July, August, September, October, November, December, and say if they had two children, they got $300 for one and $250 for the other, then that's going to be $550 for every month in the rest of this year. And that's what the people at Ladder Up were doing this morning, helping individuals who weren't required to fill out or file income tax. But if they weren't, they still got to file something to get this money. Can you imagine what it would be like for a low-income person with two children getting $550 a month for the rest of the year? And then next year, when they file their taxes or they file the information that is needed, they will get money for those 6 months that have already gone by. Oh, it's good stuff. I always say it's the best thing that's happened in a long time. Well, let's see. Caller, are you there?
Yeah, how you doing, Congressman? Yeah, this is James.
James?
Yeah, nice to hear you back on. Yeah, nice to see you back on air. Hear you on air. There's a lot of stuff that be happening. A lot of stuff be happening. About Lightfoot and that guy Tim Brown. A lot of stuff still keep on happening. And like the man upstairs got the last word.
Well, James, you know, it is so good to hear you. I have missed you. We've missed hearing you and our other callers, and we're so glad that CAN Television is back in operation, that Hotline 21 is in play, and we can start back to having those great conversations that we've had. And of course, the number is 312-738-1060. How you been?
Okay, because like I said, the man upstairs got the last word on everybody.
Yep, I agree with that, but you've done all right. You got vaccinated. You got all your vaccinations and all those things so that you're safe.
COVID-19. I got the COVID-19 shot, and now they talking about the booster shot.
Well, hey, that is just so wonderful, and I'm hoping that everybody who didn't get their shot, that they will get a shot. Actually, we've been passing out a flyer with myself, the mayor, and the vice president of the United States on it, and it just simply says, protect against COVID-19. Congressman Davis says, we still need you to get vaccinated and wear your masks.
And I really want to thank you and the vice president and all the presidents for giving me those similar check. Y'all been a big help for me.
All right. Well, thank you so much. All right. Thank you so much. And James, it is so good to hear you. Honest to goodness, it really is. And I want to thank James for calling. James always have profound messages and good words of encouragement and wonderful words for people. And, you know, I went with the Internal Revenue Service this morning, as I mentioned, at Ladder Up. But tomorrow, they are going to be at the Klusinski building, federal building, from 9 o'clock a.m. to 6 p.m. and Central Standard Time, 230 South Dearborn Street. So if you're listening, if you're viewing, and you're not sure how to access this money that is available for you, you can join the Internal Revenue Service down at 230 South Dearborn Street tomorrow. They are going to be there from 9 tomorrow morning to 6 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. And just go on down and let them help you fill out the information so that if you've got children, you wouldn't want your children, even if you didn't want the money, even if you didn't want to get the money, if you didn't want to use the money, you would not want your children to be denied. You wouldn't want your children not to get the money. And so that's cash, C-O-B, cash on the barrelhead. So make sure that you go down to 230 South Dearborn Street tomorrow between the hours of 9 and 6 p.m. and they will be there. Someone will be there to help you make application. That could be $3,000 for you for the whole year, or $3,600 for the whole year, depending on the age of your child and depending on your income. Many people don't earn $75,000 a year and have children. Many two-parent families do not earn $150,000 a year and have children. So if you fit either one of those categories, money, M-O-N-E-Y, is waiting for you. And I say thanks to President Biden, to Speaker Nancy Pelosi, and to the head of the Senate, Senator Charles Chuck Schumer, because those are the leaders of our national government. And of course, where they lead, others go. And I'm very pleased that I sit on the Ways and Means Committee, and I chair a subcommittee called Family Worker and Family Support. And it was through our committee, the Ways and Means Committee, that $190 billion of these dollars came through our committee. $190 billion of the $1.9 trillion came through our committee. I also sit on the Committee on Oversight, and $300 billion of the money came through the Oversight Committee that came to state and local governments so they could get help paying their bills so that they could get help to pay their firemen, pay the policemen. They could get help doing whatever it is that they needed to do. And so we are delighted also to have a guest join us. So just grab a chair and come on around and pull up and join in the fun. We are talking right now about the tax credits, the American Rescue Plan. We're talking about the money that people are able to receive if they are what is called working class, lower class, or if they're an individual and did not earn $75,000 gross the last year, or if they are a two-parent family and did not earn more than $150,000 together and have children under the age of 17. This money, MONEY, is there for them, and we want to make sure that they get it. Why don't you thank you for joining us?
Thank you for having us, Congressman.
Introduce yourself to our viewing audience. And
good evening, everybody. My name is Justin Blake. I've been a store owner in Chicago. Recently, I'm running a recycling program called the Black Underground Recycling. And last year, I got into speaking about justice and inequities after my nephew, Jacob Blake, was shot in the back 7 times in Kenosha. So we've been traveling around the country. We were blessed to have gone to the inauguration, and we continue to beat that drum for justice for all the little Jakes around the country. We continue to work in the community to recycle aluminum cans, get donations for that, to use it for justice and equity in our communities. And we're certainly blessed to be here with my dear brother, Congressman Danny Davis. It's a joy to be here, and I'm glad to be here to help people understand how you get that money. It's yours. They want to give it to you. You got to go through a couple of steps to get it. But we hope that everybody listens tonight. Break out your little pad and pencil. That's okay. Take notes, because it's a big upside to it. If you take the notes, you do the proper thing, you're talking about several $100s, and in some cases, $1,000 or more. So we're glad to be here, Congressman. Thank you.
well, thank you very much. And many people did not know that the Blake family in Kenosha, Wisconsin, basically are very much connected to Chicago.
Oh, yeah.
And to life in Chicago, to the religious life in Chicago, and to the community of Chicago.
Yes, sir.
So before I ask you a question about what's going on there, tell the people a little bit about the Blake family.
Wow. And synopsis, here it goes. My great-grandfather, Arthur Williamson, was a Pullman porter. We've been in a house on Wabash for over 70 years now, 72 or 3 years now. On that side, my mother's father, through Arthur Williamson, who was the great-grandfather, and the grandfather was a Tuskegee Airman. On the other side, Reverend Jacob S. Blake, who built St. James on 93rd and Lafayette, right off the Dan Ryan, and the bridge, and the Jacob Blake Manor in Evanston, and Prim Towers in Evanston that he helped build, and 2 churches over in South Africa that he was helped building. So we come from, his father was a Garveyite. I'm sorry, I got to say that because I'm a Garveyite now. So we've got a real history line of activism in this country going over 100 years. And we believe, unbeknownst to my nephew, little Jake, that he's the little switch for change. He's going to be so if you're looking at the 70s and 60s where a lot of change was made in this country, we believe if we as African descendants stay together, stick behind our great congressmen and our senators, that it will pale in comparison to what happened from the 50s to the 70s, the big amounts of money, the amounts of property and other things that our people are going to be getting in this forthcoming year, 21 and going forward. We have to be ready for change, which means we got to study up. We have to be ready to be in leadership positions to be able to make this a good going forward for the rest of the generations behind us, because many gave up their life and their resources in order to put us in position to be able to come together with grandkids of other great people that are doing well. Brother Fred Hampton, chairman, and other people, Sister Africa, and many other Midwest Coalition to Stop the Violence. Many other people are now sitting at the same table, big and small alike, trying to resolve our community issues, and we believe this is the time for it.
Well, you know, Marcus Garvey, I've always been a big fan, but never did I think that I would get the opportunity to spend time.
Well, that's his son that you told me you met
with
that one time?
his son.
Yeah, that must have been something else.
We actually went to Switzerland together, and we met with Kofi Annan.
Oh, man.
He is a Garveyite himself.
Didn't know that.
He's also a practicing physician. He's a doctor.
I knew that part. Didn't know he was a doctor. Yeah, knew he was a doctor.
He's a medical doctor. We also went to Jamaica.
To see where Garvey was from.
Well, we went to Jamaica because we were working on a project trying to help build a technology park.
Wow.
In Jamaica. And Dr. Garvey was an intimate part of the group. And so being able to interact, my daddy knew about Marcus Garvey when I was a little boy. And we used to wonder how he knew about Marcus Garvey, because my dad had finished the 4th grade and lived in the rural South. But he knew about Marcus Garvey, and he also was a fan of the founder of the Nation of Islam. And so even though we were down there in the woods,
you still knew what was happening.
We still had a little bit of information and all. And so the Blake family, a history of justice orientation runs in the family. It's not a new thing.
You know, it's a blessing and a curse. Because some days you feel like doing it, some you don't. But we have to get up every day and making sure we're part of some success going on in our community.
I've been to Kenosha, Wisconsin, 2-3 times. I actually was there at a conference several years ago when we were doing healthcare training, trying to get consumers to become involved in health. And our task was to have these conferences at a place that was cost effective and had good food. And Kenosha had a motel that was cost effective and had good food.
There you go.
So that's where it got us to Kenosha. I've only got about 4 or 5 minutes, so let me get, how does the recycling program that you've put together, how does it work, and how can people be engaged with it?
Well, first off, for the last 5 years, we've been recycling and feeding over 1,000 people every month. We have boxes, and the seniors recycle with us. We got a box at Jerk Taco Man at 79th and State Street. We're proud to have him on board, and we appreciate him being an early sponsor and allowing us to put our box on his premise of his beautiful business and compound there on 79th and State. So we recycle through all different kind of sources to get aluminum cans. We slide them over to the recycling company. They give us money. We get donations. And in turn, we feed senior citizens. We have over probably about 45, 50 buildings through the south side of Chicago all the way up to Evanston. And we get ready to get some out here. With my dear brother's help, we feed veterans, senior citizens, and those that are in need. We employ youth. I worked at Chatham Academy on Langley, 90th and Langley, which is a secondary high school. They recycle with us, and we were to take some of their youth. And while I was been in construction 30 years, was able to take them off campus and do some stuff with them where they were to have a work experience. And we are excited this year to be rolling it out. Home Depot, Chicago Public Libraries, Milwaukee Bucks, the City of Milwaukee, Evanston, Waukegan, Kenosha, Racine. We're going to recycle from Milwaukee to Racine. It's an untapped market. There's billions in recycling. We want to take that money, lower our carbon footprint, and use the money for restorative justice.
Well, let me tell you, it is a pleasure to know that this kind of activity is taking place. And to all of our viewers, please know that we are back. Put the number down, 312-738-1060. Our time is running out, but we're going to have you back.
Please.
For the full 30 minutes.
And we apologize for being late. Instead of listening
right.
to Google, we should have came where we knew to come.
Well, late is sometimes better than Nate. And so it doesn't really matter because we're going to be back and we're going to continue to explore the good work that you're doing, but we're also going to continue to pursue justice, because injustice, as Dr. King was fond of saying,
injustice everywhere
is a threat to justice everywhere.
Correct.
So thank you very much, and we want to thank Can Television
Yes.
for giving us the opportunity to get back into the groove of listening to the people and providing information as often as we can. So thank you all so much. Have a wonderful Friday evening. And remember, we'll see you next week.
Peace, love. Thank you, Congressman.